kinetic sculpture, a ghost trolley, and a lowrider cactus, plus pop-up art and this wonderful world-famous music venue. Arts and culture on this edition of Connected Colorado. Hi everyone, I'm Gary Shapiro. We are at the beautiful Red Rocks Park and Amphitheatre. We're going to be taking you through this place throughout the show, including a tour backstage. But first, are you ever too young or too old to discover your inner artist? Well, of course not, according to the city of Fort Collins. They are partnering with local artists to bring arts and culture to your neighborhood.
Yeah, you want me to do that for you? Okay.
My name is Nick Hyman, and I'm the Cultural Community Programs Manager for the City of Fort Collins. Today we're at Creekside Park, and we are popping up with a local artist who's facilitating printmaking for the community members. The idea with the program is to pop up and facilitate art-making activities for community members and ideally meet them where they are. Cultural Community Program is really emphasizing equitable engagement and access to arts and culture, whether it's a youth who all of a sudden realizes that there's an art form that really resonates with them, to an adult who gets to experiment with a technique that they might not have had the chance to experiment with before. So overall, the reception of the program, especially the pop-up arm of the program, has been really positive.
My name is Novel. I'm a local artist here in Fort Collins, and we're here at Creekside Park doing a community art pop-up called Impress It. You find different objects or leaves or whatever, and then try stamping them down the paper and see kind of what shapes it makes. And then from there, taking like paint or pen to draw over it and kind of make little figures out of it or little creatures or kind of like a Rorschach test.
When we pop up a tent and we start to invite people into this art-making space, our pitch is really make art for the sake of making art. There really is no catch.
I very much believe in the healing power of art and just let it go, like kind of letting out your little kid, let out your inhibitions, like don't judge yourself too much. So I tried to make a workshop that could be fun and accessible for everybody.
I think that as we continue to refine our approach and as we continue to broaden our network, we'll continue to evolve and see different themes, different styles and forms of art that the community will have an opportunity to engage with.
Welcome to Music Alley here at the Visitor Center at Red Rocks. This is a list of every performer that's ever taken the stage here. For instance, in 1964, the Beatles played here on August 26th. Let's head to Broomfield now to check out some sculptures called Balance in Motion. This is the creative process from beginning to end.
My name is John King. I'm a kinetic artist. I'm interested in the way things move. I work with steel and real material, but I consider the real medium to be the actual motion of the piece. It's a deep love of nature that this all comes from. This is revealing what's passing by it right now that's invisible. What they're doing today is they're working on the wall piece, and they're fabricating hoops, circles, and what we are working on is trying to make an incredibly strong bearing system that mounts to the wall. This is a piece of a similar size that is going to be on the wall, and it's so strong that you could lift yourself off the ground on this thing. It's a collaborative shop, basically. The people here are all exercising their artistic input as well, so it's very much about facing into the work and using everybody's talent.
So I'm a Broomfield resident, and I'm glad to be working on this piece that's going in Broomfield. We're actually experimenting with the finish on this product, and then we're testing a new size bearing so it gets it closer to the wall. Patience is very important. And this doesn't look like much now, but in the end, it's going to look like jewelry.
You have to, if you work around here, you have to learn to dodge. You're standing on the banks of the North St. Vrain River just outside of Lyons. About 2.5 years ago, this was in the center of the big flood that occurred here. The area that we're standing in right now had 4 feet of water in it, so you'd be up past your waist. This is a piece that is the predecessor for part of what's going to be in the lobby. It creates this kind of field of turning cloud-like structures. It's called motion from balance. And it's the general theme of all the art that's going in the building. And I like the story of it, basically, that your most elegant movement in life is from a place of balance. This piece behaves really well in high winds and low winds. It never really gets out of its serenity. The other thing that's interesting about this piece is it's designed to be interactive, and what that means is the visitors to the building and the people that work there, as they walk down this hallway, are free to just reach over and touch and move the sculpture. It has wonderful bearings and it's heavy and will continue to move for quite a bit of time after they've passed. This is a great message for a health department or any really publicly engaged organization, because they're saying, you know what? This giant thing that we're doing here very much includes the presence of the real people that are visiting, and it's not off-putting, it's engaging.
All the pieces have been completed, and now the artist John King and his crew have delivered all the pieces, and now they'll be installing them on the wall.
So there's that 5 feet. That's the upper corner right there. Height-wise, you're correct?
I'm correct.
All right, I'm going to go in with my end. You're going to just hold yours the way it is. It's really nice to get out of the kind of endless preparation and actually be placing the art on the wall. It'll be great. It's good. It's a good home. Up a little, out a little. There. Ooh. The minute we got in here and started putting these things up, we thought, oh, this is really working in this location. It really feels great. We managed to pull off something that was what the goal was, which was to create some real warmth and interest in this part of the building.
I think we need it down a tad and slightly over to the right a little.
These pieces are interactive. They're meant to be touched by you, and in so doing, they're saying, you know, it's all right that you would touch something in this building. Not only that, it's all right that you would actually be bringing it to life. It's been great to see this brand new building spring up, and here we've gotten to do this great kind of humanist piece inside it. It feels great. I love it. Nice colors.
Today, we are installing the third section of Balance in Motion.
It hangs overhead, and it's activated by the viewer down on the floor here right at one end of the lobby. It's a little blue ball that's sitting over in the corner, and by turning it, the whole upper piece cloud of hoops and crescent shapes will rotate. This is not quite like assembling an IKEA bureau yet.
People just find it really fun and whimsical and makes the building really an inviting place to come to.
We've had it up hanging from a tree, but this is the first time it's in the full height. And so we've run across a couple of surprises where we had to get a different piece of hardware. It does seem to be working.
Oh, it makes me feel great. I'm glad it's finally come in here, installed.
Public art is important, especially when you're talking about an institutional building like the Health and Human Services, because it makes a building more warm and inviting and adds a sense of whimsy to the space as well.
It's really about the people who live in the city, and that sense of both pride and also a sense of identity that a community has. And somehow that's the goal of the committee, is to, in some ways, work with that idea of what does this community think of itself and its history, and reflect that back in the community.
Public art is critical to a community. It really helps define it. We're going to take a major facility and have very high quality art so that the community can feel it, can see it, can enjoy it.
Public art provides a sense of identity and place for a community and its residents. The City of Broomfield and the Public Art Committee are so grateful to John King for creating this incredible body of work that will be enjoyed for many years to come.
We are backstage here at Red Rocks with Tad Bowman from the City of Denver. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
For people that aren't familiar with Red Rocks Amphitheatre, give us a little bit of an overview of what goes on here, especially during the summertime.
Summertime is really busy here at Red Rocks. We have concerts almost every day, starting early April to the middle of November. So all the concert business, but we also have all the daytime visitors that come up here and exercisers as well. So it's a really active place all summer long. Red Rocks is really unique in terms of being a concert venue that still allows visitors and exercisers to come into the amphitheater up until the time that we close, getting ready for the show that night. So very busy, about 195 shows somewhere in there, plus all the other activities. So we have graduations, Easter sunrise service, our Film on the Rocks program, yoga on the rocks, so a wide range of activities up here all summer long.
Always busy here at Red Rocks. A lot of people may not know this is 85 years old. A lot of shows here in 85 years.
Yeah, it's been a lot of shows, especially the last number of years as popularity and as the industry's changed a bit, but definitely 85 years. The official dedication of the amphitheater was June 15th, 1941, so very exciting time for sure.
It is always on the list, if not the top of the list, for the best music venues in the world. What makes it the best?
Well, certainly the landscape, right? The natural features, the attributes of the big rocks, the view of downtown, that really provides a lot of the ambiance of what happens up here. And yes, it's great to hear the artists say if they've made it to Red Rocks, they've really made it, which is really fun. Almost every night the artist on stage just talks about what a great experience it is. And you know what's really awesome is a lot of times artists, when they go to other cities, they'll say, you know, hey Denver or hey Detroit, whatever city they're in. At Red Rocks, it's hey Red Rocks, you know, so it really does have its own character to it and its own vibe.
You have been the director of Red Rocks here for many years, and I'm sure you have a lot of stories. What's some of your favorite moments here at Red Rocks?
Oh, that's a really hard question because just every night there can be something going on. Weather can be a thing, right? If it gets some of these heavy rains that happen during the shows and people sitting out there and still enjoying the shows. Some of my greatest experiences are just seeing some of the artists that are not even the headliners, but some of the opening acts that have played up here, whether it's Alabama Shakes that played as an opening act or John Butler Trio or a number of the other opening acts that have played up here. It's really kind of fun to see somebody get that opportunity.
So most people know the amphitheater, but there are a lot of other parts of Red Rocks that people can come visit, like hiking trails.
Absolutely. Red Rocks, the amphitheater, is set within Red Rocks Park, so Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater. And there are a lot of other activities. Great trails around the park that you can go take a walk on. They range in sort of difficulty, from moderate trails to maybe a little bit more difficult, but nothing that's too overwhelming for anybody to have a good time on. The experience of coming up here, in addition to the concerts, is definitely the visitor experience as well. We also have the trading post that's right down from the amphitheater that has a little bit of a nature center in there, so you can learn a little bit about the park aspect when you're here as well, and or pick up your favorite Red Rocks merchandise as well. So our visitor center at the top of the amphitheater that was completed in 2003 has been undergoing a little bit of a renovation the last couple of years, really just a refresh. When visitors do stop up in the visitor center, they really get a good sense of the history of Red Rocks and all those other things that happen up here.
I like how all the concerts are listed on a wall up in the visitor center, so you can kind of look up there and go, oh, I was at that one, you know, back in 1980.
Yeah, the list of shows is really fun just to watch the visitors look, and they go up there and find the show that they were here for, or they find their birth year, or they just talk about the various shows throughout the time. So yes, it's really fun to watch that.
So we are here in the dining room backstage, but the backstage area is big, and the rocks are all over backstage, right?
They are, yeah. When they designed the backstage here at Red Rocks, they built it right into the rock. So it's a very unique space for shows that come up here. Not very often are they going someplace that has the rocks built into not only the dressing room, but the dining room back here as well. And the backstage dining room is really for the show crews and the local crews that are working throughout the entire day, just to have a chance to take a break and get some food throughout the day.
The tunnel that goes from backstage under the stage out to the sound engineering platform, that's legendary, right?
It has gotten to be legendary, definitely. The tunnel wasn't necessarily original, but it was probably built in about 1959, 1960. It was really built for functionality, right? Just to be able to get equipment or the show personnel and so forth to get out to the middle of the seating area. But it's become legendary in terms of the graffiti and the signatures that are on that tunnel now. And it's unique in that it's built right underneath the seat. So I think people get a kick out of the idea of looking at all the graffiti and all the signatures, as well as where they're heading. And when they pop out at the front of house area.
I have read that artists, especially new artists that play Red Rocks for the first time, they can't wait to sign their name in that tunnel.
I believe it. Almost every night I see somebody going out there to sign it. As a matter of fact, just the other night, somebody came up to us and said, hey, do you guys have a Sharpie? And I asked them, what do you need a Sharpie for? Knowing full well exactly what they need the Sharpie for. So,
yeah.
Yes.
So one of the areas backstage is where the artist's dressing room, basically.
Absolutely. So there's multiple dressing rooms, but the one that really gets the most attention is dressing room 1, or the green room, and that's where the headliner typically uses. And it too, just like the dining room, was built into the rock. So again, a very unique setting. But yes, the dressing room 1, the headliner dressing room, is very unique in terms of what the experience is.
Well, they are rock stars, so you got to treat them
They are
well.
rock stars. As a matter of fact, the big sign that we have when you come in, it says, "Welcome to Red Rocks, the biggest rocks in rock and roll." So
There you go. Okay, is there anything that you'd like people to know about Red Rocks?
if you want any additional information about Red Rocks, our website is redrocksonline.com. You can look up all the shows, and we have lots of information about your visit when you do come to Red Rocks, so be sure to check that out. It is a great experience when you come to Red Rocks, and we're here to make the experience even better for everyone.
Everybody should do it at least once.
Totally, yes.
Okay. Dad, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We are in the famous tunnel that goes from backstage Red Rocks out to the sound engineering booth. As you can see, the artists signed their names and the names of their bands, thousands of signatures in this tunnel over the years. Coming up next, Resilience in Bloom. Thornton celebrates the history and spirit of its Latino community.
We're here at Pecos Park. I mean, I'm just trying to keep everybody safe out here. You know, ultimately, we don't want to damage the piece either, so a bunch of things racing through my head at the moment. My name is Beamer Torres with my new piece I installed, which is titled Resilience in Bloom, also known as the lowrider cactus. Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking seeing it get offloaded and into position. This project is rooted on Hispanic heritage and history, so I drew a lot of inspiration from that and the impact that that community has made to Thornton and really the surrounding communities. The sculpture alone has that incredible look to it, that striking pose. You know, the murals are really icing on the cake, but altogether it's intending to capture the Hispanic heritage and history.
So I actually live down the street here on 80th and Pecos, and I come around and skateboard at this park a lot. I help assist Beamer on the mural part, and yeah, it was great. It was amazing to see this piece come to life that gives the community ownership of the space and tells a story of the history of this community. And so it means a lot, you know, to have art like this in the community, just because it brings something a little bit more creative to the park design and to the space, and speaks on its history and story.
We're trying to deliver a message, you know, and the message is, you know, we're rooted in this community, and, you know, from that root came this plant, which is our culture and our community, and that's what this resembles. You know, this is the community blooming through the hardships. That resilience is what made us bloom, made us sprout out of the ground, and we're still here spreading our roots.
Now we are backstage at Red Rocks in the green room. It is the main dressing room that was built into the rocks. Some of your favorite artists of all time have spent a lot of time in this room waiting to go up on stage. Hey, a new mural was recently unveiled at the Stock Show in Denver. It depicts 150 years of agriculture in Colorado. The artist, Detour, used rich colors and vibrant construction to tell the story of the state's farmers and ranchers.
It's something familiar, but also something really new.
So without further ado, let's see this amazing work of art.
The Department of Agriculture wanted to celebrate the 150 years of agriculture in Colorado, and I thought that was really cool. So when they put out an artist call, I applied and presented my idea.
When we put out our request for proposals for artists, we put together a muralist selection committee to help give us input on the best person to do this project. And unanimously, Detour stood out above and beyond.
My idea was really just celebrating the different stages of agriculture in Colorado so that they're able to have a mural that can really celebrate them through the lens of artwork.
He really put in the work to dig into family stories in agriculture and to tell that through art, through storytelling.
My creative process when I go into creating a composition is really trying to start from storytelling and then really adding a lot of the visuals that you may be familiar with, I may be familiar with, but also adding a twist of color and abstraction.
We get to both celebrate our past and our future. And this mural connects both into a living, vibrant, beautiful piece of art that so many people are going to get to experience. So while we're also, celebrating families who have been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years, celebrating the roots of agriculture across our state, we're also so invested in the future of agriculture. And this mural really tells that story. So it's not either past or future, it's both together, building into the future based off of, all of the work that our ag families have built to today.
So it's 10 panels and made sure that they're foldable because they have to fit inside my Prius as well. So that was one of the things where it's kind of like, oh, I have to innovate some new panels that are able to be murals but also fit inside of a car. So 10 panels and they all come together to make like a really long mural. And they're also die cut, which means cutting out the shapes of some of the subject matter in the actual composition, which makes just a more interesting visual and just makes a more interesting canvas to paint on as well. So for me, this is something where it's like the interactive art mixes with the mural stuff, mixes with storytelling and culture, and just agriculture in general.
What we love about this is this tells the story of the stock show, and it tells the story of this state's relationship to agriculture, which is, it is both a rural passion and an urban passion. It is what brings together rural Colorado and urban Colorado.
Really exciting time, of course, just for all the participants in Stock Show, and for this to be our kickoff event for a whole year's worth of celebrating agriculture across the state. Couldn't have a better timing for the unveiling.
I think unveiling this at the Stock Show is going to be really cool because the Stock Show is like one of our pride and joys in Colorado.
First off, I think I need a new hat.
Everyone from around the area comes out here for that time just to celebrate. For me, it's a joy to have something being a part of that celebration. So I'm super excited to have that community see it and hopefully they enjoy it.
The mural will start at the Stock Show, but it's a traveling mural. So we will be moving this mural toward the state fair, and we'll have many stops along the way. So we will be announcing those stops in the new year. We're still finalizing details. In addition, however, we are also creating a history book, a coffee table book with History Colorado, celebrating stories and histories of agriculture. And this mural will be the cover. We'll also be making prints and ways for folks to engage with the mural, whether it's in person or through, again, a book, a print, a gift to give to a family member to celebrate what agriculture means to them.
So for me, when people all over the Colorado area get to see this, I hope they get a little bit of that urban flair where it's like I'm used to doing murals and like, an urban neighborhood, and to add that to a mural on a mobile platform now that gets to travel around, hopefully they feel like it's a celebration of what they do. It's an artist that's taking the time to sort of see what they do, understand what they do, but also communicate what they do differently than what they're used to.
Also at the Visitor Center at Red Rocks, you can check out the Red Rocks Hall of Fame inductees, giant artists that have performed here. People like the Grateful Dead, Tom Petty, or Jimmy Buffett. Next, we want to take you to Aurora to show you a giant piece of art. It is the Ghost Trolley. It went away in 2022 to be refurbished because of vandalism and years of weather. But it came back in 2024 better than ever.
After 2.5 years, the Ghost Trolley is back at its home on Colfax Avenue in front of the MLK Library. It's been nearly 2 decades since it was originally installed in this median, the product of an internationally renowned artist who also created the Big Blue Bear outside the Colorado Convention Center in downtown Denver.
This piece was installed in 2007, and is a really unique piece by Lawrence Argent, the late Lawrence Argent. It reflects the history of Colorado, the history of this area. The intent in doing a restoration like this is really to try to honor the original intent of the artist.
To make that happen, it was a collaborative effort between the city's Art and Public Places program, Argent's family members, and the team at Pacific Coast Conservation, a company that specializes in the preservation and conservation of public art and artifacts.
We had conversations with the original fabricator who worked directly with the artist to get his feedback on probably what the artist would have originally wanted. So, working with the original fabricator and then fabricator here to make a great team to put together a good restoration of the piece.
The process took some time, but everyone involved wanted to be as thoughtful in the restoration as Argent was with his original vision. A big part of that was making sure that if you drive by at night, your perspective gives you a glimpse of the ghost in its name.
It's called the ghost trolley. So we wanted to make sure the paint layers gave us the right translucency so that when it's lit up at night, it'll exude this ghostly appearance. That was the original intent of the piece.
The ghost trolley represents the history of Aurora being connected to Denver by streetcars and is one of more than 300 pieces in the city's Art and Public Places program, with the goal of each of them to represent the community.
The intent of the program is really to kind of articulate and reflect the identity of the city and the people of the city.
Bloom believes this piece perfectly captures that mission, in large part because of the techniques Argent used.
The way he used perspective to change the way the artwork appears to you can also be thought of in a bigger context in terms of encompassing the multiple perspectives of Aurora and the citizens of Aurora.
Nature is always front and center here at Red Rocks Park and Amphitheatre. There are tons of hiking trails with outrageous views. But right now we want to take you to Littleton, where arts are a huge part of the vibrancy of the city.
Hi, my name is Robert Michael Sanders, and I am the Executive Director here at the Town Hall Arts Center, where I have had the pleasure of working for now 16 years in some capacity. So I have seen a lot of changes at Town Hall, so many changes in downtown, and so many changes in Littleton, especially as it comes and relates to arts and culture here in this town. In the last year, I've watched things grow. I've watched more people looking for arts and education, arts education, entertainment, things like that. The patron base is growing. I think the interest is growing. So in that last year, I think we've seen more and more people recognize Littleton as a place for arts and culture, not accidentally anymore, but a destination. So that is a great thing to see in our city here. I can also say we've done some great things in this last year with collaborations. We worked with Voices West and the Littleton Symphony Orchestra to put on a magnificent production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame out at the United Methodist Church. A successful run of a weekend where we had over 100 people on that stage, 3 organizations all joining forces to put that show together. And we were able to merge our audiences into a kind of an all-around artistic thing. We hope and we expect that there'll be more things like that. So I think our future here in Littleton is bright. I think people have proven they want arts and more culture, more art, more shows, more fine art, more museum art. And if you've been downtown on Main Street, especially during a nice day, which we've got, the streets are packed, shops are packed, the theater is packed. All things are good for Littleton, all things are good for downtown, and arts and culture is only growing.
Well, thank you for joining us. I hope that you enjoy the arts and culture in your neighborhood. And thanks again to Red Rocks Park and Amphitheatre for letting us roam around this beautiful place. We'll see you next time on Connected Colorado.